Hello and welcome, Red Devils. We are back with another edition of Red Devils Weekly. And on this edition, we'll be talking about Harry Maguire's impending transfer and our first preseason game against Perth Glory, where our two new signings, Daniel James and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, played the first game for Manchester United. Exciting times ahead. And before we move on to the video, please subscribe to our channel. We are 5 short of half a century. Share our videos with everyone who's a Manchester United fan. Go ahead and hit a like button if you like Daniel James and Aaron Wan-Bissaka's presence in our team. And press the bell icon so that we know that you've subscribed to our content and so that we can create more wonderful content in the future. And now, let's head on to our discussion. So, as per reports, not reports, but as per journalist Duncan Castles, Manchester United has agreed an £80 million deal for Harry Maguire with Leicester. Leicester was not budging for any of our bids because they were waiting for Harry Maguire to push it for a transfer. And over Friday and Saturday, Harry Maguire made a request to Leicester that he wants to move out of the team and that he wants to play for Manchester United. And that sort of made Leicester move ahead on the transfer. But Duncan Castles, has shot the gun before with Aaron Wan-Bissaka's transfer speculation too, when he, came out a week before Aaron Wan-Bissaka was officially announced as a Manchester United player. But reports suggest that we've offered £60 million up front with £20 million in add-ons and bonuses. Bonus can be, Manchester United making it to the Champions League next season. I think something on those lines. So if that deal goes through, we're in for exciting times. With Harry Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, and Victor Lindelof, we already have a settled defense in front of David De Gea after about 6 years. I mean, that's huge. With Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof, we'll have 2 ball-playing centre backs. Something that we've not done in a long time, and something that even most Premier League sides lack. Not all of them have 2 ball-playing central centre backs in their squads. And with these 2 players, we may just eliminate the need of having Nemanja Matic, as CDM in our squad. Nemanja Matic has slowed down over the years. He's lost his pace, and he slows down our play. The kind of fast attacking football that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is trying to play, with this squad, Nemanja Matic is an interference to all of that. So I'm excited about this deal happening. We need a good defense so that David De Gea can do his work and that our forwards can press and attack even more with the belief that there is a solid defense behind them taking care of any counter-attack. Now, how exciting is that? And on the other front, Romelu Lukaku missed the first game of the preseason, with some sort of an injury, but all of this hints to his impending departure as well. Inter Milan Chiefs were meeting up with Manchester United Chiefs, and they want to get Romelu Lukaku in their squad before Manchester United plays Inter in the 3rd or the 4th preseason friendly game. And with United, we're not budging. We want, Inter to pay around 85 to 90 million pounds for Romelu Lukaku. Inter has offered somewhere around 65 to 70. But remember, they played hardball against us when we wanted Ivan Perisic. Over £5 million Inter Milan. They played hardball, and now they want us to take less money for Romelu Lukaku. Also, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does not trust Romelu Lukaku to be part of the squad. That's why he's brought in Mason Greenwood. And with Mason Greenwood's rise in prominence, we have 4 attackers out front already. We have Greenwood, we have Marcel, we have Marcus Rashford, and Alexis Sanchez isn't going anywhere. So with four forwards in the squad, so I don't think any Manchester United supporter out there would would hate the sight of seeing Romelu Lukaku go. In fact, we'd be happy to see him go and get money for him and then use that money to invest in other players. We still need a right winger. We're still going after Bruno Fernandes, and we may also go after Sean Longstaff. Sean Longstaff might be a better replacement for Nemanja Matic. We need to replace these players. In order to play a fast attacking style of football. That Harry Maguire's transfer will be done. If not today, maybe by the end of this week or by the time we're done with the second preseason game against Leeds United. And now, let's head on to the post-match reactions of our first preseason game, and Sagar will take care of that. That's all yours, Sagar.
Thank you, Ashish. So, United played the first preseason game against Perth Glory yesterday, and United won 2-0. I have to be very honest that I felt it was a very boring game. It had shades of what we were playing last season under Jose Mourinho, but Rashford scored that goal in the 60th minute, and James Garner, who came in the 85th minute, scored a beautiful goal. So, as for the highlights of the game, there are some positives and there are some negatives, and we cannot judge where Manchester United is going to end up next season given the performances in the preseason, because these games are just meant for the players to get their fitness levels up and buy into the strategy that Solskjaer is trying to implement next season. So, the biggest positive was Daniel James and Van Bissaka, who got to play the first game for Manchester United. It was great to see them, young talent coming into the team. Daniel James was not shying away from getting the ball at his feet and driving at pace at defenders, but he still has to work on his final delivery into the box for the strikers. And I think that can be something which can be improved throughout the season. And Van Bissaka was defensively very solid. He still has to work on his offensive side of the game, taking part in the United attacks and making things happen. But he still has time as well. So those are the two positives. And as for the man of the match for the game, Daniel James for sure, because he was making things happen whenever he had the ball at his feet, and he was trying to link up with Marcus Rashford, which was refreshing to see. In the first half, we had midfield three playing, that is Lingard, Martial, and Matic. Martial didn't have much to do going through the middle. We also saw Angel Gomez and Tahith Chong starting. Out of the young bunch who were playing the game, I think Mason Greenwood was really impressive, because I think he is ready to start in the first team for Manchester United, because United will be playing a Europa League and Cup games in the next season. And I'm not worried about him not scoring goals and taking his chances, because he's a young player. He's just 17 and he looks physically very fit. I think the goals will come for him in these games, and he can be a really good option for us in the striking position. And as Ashish talked about Lukaku earlier, we now have four attacking options, that is Marcus Rashford, Martial, Sanchez, and Mason Greenwood. So, yeah, Lukaku becomes redundant in that position now, and he is more than welcome to leave the club and try his luck somewhere else. And talking about some more positives, we saw Axel Tuanzebe play in the centre back. He was partnering with Phil Jones, who I think Axel Tuanzebe was much better than than Phil Jones. He was trying to direct the traffic. He was trying to give the players around him options and letting them know about the options they have available in front of them. And yeah, that was great to see. But many of the fans have been saying that Axel Tuanzebe can be a defensive option for us next season. But in my personal opinion, I still don't think he is quite ready. A loan deal to maybe Aston Villa has been circling around, and that would be great for him to get some Premier League experience and come back the season after and start in the defense then. So I think that would be the best option for him going forward. Moving towards the negatives from the game, the biggest negative was that we saw Luke Shaw going out with a hamstring injury, and lo and behold, we saw Young come into the first team as captain. And when Solskjaer was asked about it in the post-match conference, he clearly mentioned that Young is going to be the captain of our club whenever he's on the pitch. That's a really worrying sign for all the Manchester United fans, because I don't understand Solskjaer's obsession with Young as a captain for Manchester United. And finally, I saw a really big negative, that is Nemanja Matic playing as the central defensive midfielder. We all know that he is very slow to be a part of an attacking team, because he does not move the ball fast and does not help us transition into an attack really quickly. We saw that in this game as well, with whenever Nemanja Matic had the ball, Perth Glory had all the time in the world to regain their shape and get ready for an attack. I don't see Matic playing next season. I really hope that Solskjaer and the board are working on some defensive options. And it can be Fred, it can be Longstaff, it can be anyone, but I don't want to see Matic starting next season. So I think things we might be in trouble if we start Matic with Chelsea the first game of the next season. But all we can do is be hopeful that we complete some deals. And yeah, that is all we have from the first pre-season game with from Manchester United.
Please subscribe to our channel, which is 5 short of a half century. We need all your support to grow. And please do like our videos. Put in your comments in the comment section below and let us know how we're doing. And let us know the players that you want to see at Old Trafford and the excitement that you have about the new season. Please spread the word about the channel. Share it with all your Manchester United fans all across the globe. And press the bell icon below, because if you press the bell icon, then we know that you've truly subscribed to our channel and that you're waiting for content from us. And now